Hello. How is everyone doing? Hello. Unless it's streamed today is a happy day. Thank you. The Caerdroia. I still suck at pronouncing this comic, but I think it's the Caerdroia. I love. Dude, it's a really nice board. I will admit. I think. Okay. We'll wait until we start the board for this. I'm great. Star Sector released a new update. What's Star Sector? Is that a video game? At home recovering from dental surgery. What happened, Keepscience? Hopefully it's nothing like invasive or anything. Alex, do you know any overnight shipping screwdriver kits on Amazon? I mean, this one's good. It's in my exclamation point kit. It's the one I always use. The iFixit kit? I don't remember. This is like the Mako or Shark or some name. But this is the one I always use. I need to probably update my kit list. It's been a little while. I haven't really done many updates to it, but I like it. So you start with a fleet and build up by looting, salvaging, buying new ships. Wait, what's it called? Actually, that's kind of like my jam. Is it the Mako? I don't know which one here. This one here is wobbly. The iFixit Manta kit. Mako. Did I call it Manta? It's a Mako. I don't know. There's some like name for these. My Lily commission is being delivered to you tomorrow. Honestly, good timing because I plan on doing a mail run tomorrow. So, Fractal Software. All right, I'm gonna keep this open. I really like looting games like that, so I am a huge sucker for anything where it involves like looting, like Borderlands and Diablo and stuff like that. Like I love games like that. So if it's sort of like that, also I like ship stuff too. Clear Obscure. Is that the Expedition 33? I really want to get that game, but that game's like $80 still, I think, brand new here in Canada. So gotta chill, you know what I mean? What's up, Bull? How you doing, man? Alex builds and repairs keys and plays games where he builds and repairs ships. Yeah, pretty much. Alex, did you forget the stream says off today, but you're on? Do you want me to get off in it? Wait, there's a Lily commission? I think I have... I mean, I've already done one Lily for someone, but I think there's another Lily we're doing soon, and then maybe one more, depending on if that person wants me to do it still. I think they were undecided whether or not they want me to do the builds, just because they were unsure if they needed my Milmax service. Comic Sans when? Soon. Actually, soon now. For real soon. I'm excited for that one there. But how are you guys doing? Is everyone doing good? I hope everyone's doing good. I'm doing pretty good today. I think you'll like it, man. You can randomly stumble upon derelict battle carriers and lug them back to repair. Okay, yeah, I'll try it out. Was it free or? Oh, no, Shiba. Yeah, no. Today is a Caerdroia prototype. Expedition 33 is super fun, by the way. I know I'm getting old because I'm happy it's pretty linear. I don't think there's a problem with that, though. Also, what's up, Manic? I don't think there's a problem with it being linear. I like linear games. I mean, like, I feel like a lot of us grew up on linear games. And you know what? Okay. I'm just going to say it. Dude, a lot of the open world games these days are kind of ass. I really haven't, like, there's like one or two. And even so, some of the RPGs that are open world, like, they still have linear components to them. But I don't know, there's not really many games I'm like super thrilled about. Like endgame content for a lot of these games lately are just kind of repetitive, boring bullshit. Like, for example, a lot of games, I mean, even WoW turned into this too, but like a lot of games for their hard modes, it's just like, you know, like, or hard content towards the end, it's just things that are higher HP pools. So I don't know, man. Like, for me, I kind of prefer the linear route. Maybe open up some side world stuff, but, you know, still feel like you get to explore on things on your own, but I'm fine with linear. Damage Sponge? Yeah. Dude, Gargle, I agree with that. I'm tired of open world stuff. It seems to be an excuse to spread out less content over a larger surface. Yeah, and, you know, I hate bringing this up in an example, but dude, that Bethesda game that came out recent, the space one, that felt worse than any game I've ever played in my entire life. Like, that was pretty ass. So, I don't know, man. Starfield, yeah. That was, like, the worst open world game that I was stuck in loading screens for the entire time type deal I've ever played. Actually, I need to get the stabs. I forgot to get them out of the box. 1 second, guys. Alright. Now to tell you guys my story for the day. Well, actually, I'll tell you in a second. I'm just happy to talk. Imagine me pre-ordering it and the DLC. Wait, Manic, you bought Starfield? Honestly, bro, I would have done it if it hadn't been for Game Pass.
Burnsy 140 gifted a tier 1 sub to 2 feud.
Thank you, Burn. Appreciate that, man. Thank you, dude. Finally, number 1? Oh yeah, because it's May 1st, the gift that's reset. Burn, I appreciate you being number 1, bro. Then also imagine me pre-ordering Diablo 4 DLC. I might play next season for Diablo, but I haven't really touched it either. Diablo 4 kind of was stale content. I don't know. It didn't feel as fun as Diablo 3 Endgame, which I still am like shocked. F1 from DKs are shipping, praying for an extra. Hopefully you get one, bro. What color would you want? Or just any color. Not open world, but I played Before Your Eyes. Before Your Eyes, why does that sound so familiar? For the first time a week ago. Life-changing hour of gameplay? Before Your Eyes? Now I need to look this up. 1 second, everybody. Before Your Eyes. Oh, I've seen this. So nice.
Hi Alex, thanks again for actually making me look presentable in those photos you took.
Anytime,
10 tenths will touch the Mantu again.
Hey, yo. Well, hopefully the actual, like, legit Toronto big meetup pops up soon, because I'll bring all the Mantas to that one there. Kill Switch, thank you so much for the tier 1, man.
This
I really
Twitch
appreciate it,
baby is
dude.
growing up so fast, Alexot hype.
Dude, it really is. It's getting old. Thank you so much for 56 months of being here, brother. The orbital mouse is great. Orbital. Which one's the orbital one? God, I feel like I'm learning so many things today. Orbit. Why am I struggling with mouse? The Pathfinder orbital? Oh, I can't even look at the website for this. Oh, interesting. Interesting. I'm looking just some other pictures, but it seems like their website's down right now. You just got it today? Nice. How much was it? It kind of, I don't know why, it looks expensive. I need to know. Did Bull say when you'll have an oblique to build? No, he didn't. I'm assuming soon, though. I don't want to assume that. I don't know when. It is expensive? Wait, how much was it? $189? Honestly, there's some more expensive mice. Still high. Definitely high. JQ, thank you so much for 5 tier 1s, man. I appreciate that, dude. Thank you. Is that the Alex? First of his name? That's me. First name Alex. True, but you get so much with it? Yeah. Honestly, looking at this picture of like all the little accessories you get a shit ton. Yeah, because there are some mice that are like, I've seen some mice that are like $250, and they're just basic shapes. Although I love supporting you, Alex, I sincerely apologize to Byrne for taking his spot. That's okay. Byrne will get over it, I guess. Byrne will always be first of the month for me this month, so. Okay, I gotta tell you guys a quick little story. So, we almost didn't stream this build today. Alex, wait, hold on. Did you buy the lube assets? No, it wasn't me. I did see that, though. Also, first of all, I gotta say something. Guys, a few little PSAs here. First PSA, not as fun, but PSA number 1. If you guys hear, like, hearsay or rumors about people, it's not you guys, by the way, it's just others. I don't know why, this is, like, such a turnoff for me, but, like, if you guys want to know more details about hearsay, just go ask the person. Like, just grow up and ask the person type thing. Like, instead of, like, you know, just being like, did you hear it? Is this true? Like, kind of lame. Second of all, PSA, and then I feel like this, I said this one in Discord, but, like, I'm going to be honest, guys, I feel like I really shouldn't have to say this. Don't ask ChatGPT to generate you a .bin file and flash your keyboard. I feel like that should really go without saying, but don't flash your keyboard with anything that ChatGPT generates, or you're going to brick your keyboard, as we've learned today. So PSA, just don't do that. Just ask on Discord. That was wild. Wait, I'm not supposed to do that? You just don't understand? Thank you. I appreciate that, Banshee. When and how the fuck did this happen? I don't know the why. When was today? So, I used AI to write my vows. The priest was surprised when I confessed my love to him, and my fiance was not happy. Guess I should have proofread it. Yeah. So that's just PSA number 2. Okay. I have no more other PSAs, but number 2 is the most important. I feel. Just don't do that. In fact, anything that ChatGPT generates for you to download, probably don't. All right. Okay. Story time now. So we almost didn't stream this build today. In fact, this build almost got eaten up by the mail system. So, I don't know if this is deserving of the sad story time stuff, but I'll just do it. So, quick story time. Diego shipped this to me. So, Mr. Lightning Keyboards. And Diego was like, yep, it's on the way. It should come like in a few days. And I was like, sweet. And paid the duties. It was like $20-something. And I was like, don't worry about it. Because Diego was kind of like stressed about it. I was like, don't worry about it. And the board came in a few days later. And I see a big package sitting in front of the door. And when I say big package, I mean 3 foot by 4 foot almost. We'll just say 2.5 feet by 4 feet. And I scratched my head and I'm like, this can only be this one package because I don't really get a lot of stuff. And I looked at it and it was from Lightning Keyboards. And I was like, huh. This Diego guy's, he's messing with me, dude. So I sent him a little text. I was like, LOL, you're so funny. Like, what a big package for a small keyboard. And then I opened it up and I see bags of random clothes. And I was like, this Diego guy being silly, packaging in clothes. As I dug deeper, there was no keyboard. It was just random clothes. and I looked again at the label and I'm like, hey, enough sad music. I looked again at the label. I'm like, this can't be from Diego. And I look and I'm like, yeah, it's from Lightning Keyboards. And I'm thinking, what the hell's going on here? And I'm like, Diego, did you accidentally ship me a butt ton of clothes? Because it was also 35 pounds worth of clothes. And he just texted me, he's like, what the fuck are you talking about, basically? Long story after this, after just stressing out about it, but they accidentally swapped some labels for things, and I got a bunch of return clothing, and the keyboard got lost for a few days in transit. So, pretty crazy. I've never seen DHL do that before, but DHL was pretty quick with fixing things. But yeah, I almost had to cancel this stream, and it was pretty much a bummer too, because this was apparently the only prototype that was left. So, oh, did he mention it? Yeah, it was crazy. It was weird. I've never had that happen. And the worst thing about it, guys, all those clothes. First of all, I'm just going to say this. This is obviously me being biased in my preferences. They were, to me, ugly. And the box came wrapped in duct tape. So I also don't own a box that's 2.5 feet by 4 feet. So now we're still waiting to figure out what to do with all this stuff, because most likely are going to have to ship it back. But if we don't have to ship it back, I'm just going to donate it all, because it's goth clothing, which is really cool in its own regard, but it's modern clothing. Very fashion forward, avant-garde kind of goth, and it's just not my style, obviously. And it feels really cheap. So I'm gonna be no, it was a store. It was a return. I think they're returning it to like the factory or something. So I am just gonna send them all either to back or just to fucking donate them all, because it's also like triple. It's meant for really tall people, and like I'm also not that tall, so I gotta do a goth stream. Oh well, there's like, I think there was one. Actually, no. Correction. There was no men's clothing. I think mostly it was women's clothing, but I could probably fit into it all. But I still think it might be way too big for me. So short king stream. Yes, sir. All right, guys. Now the board came in, and we can actually look at it. So this is the Caerdroia. Again, I think we looked it up earlier. I think this is like Welsh or Irish or something. So let's take a look. Oh, this is for Diego. Just instructions. Actually, can I use this for instructions? Near USB. Oh no, this is just literally telling you about some pre-existing blemishes. Or is this from Lightning? I don't know if this is from Diego. I don't know Diego's handwriting that well. Okay. Caerdroia. Ooh, this is heavy. This is already built, but we're obviously going to be doing a secondary build in this. This is also EC compatible, which is really nice too. How much to redeem goth cosplay? Whoa, look at the patina on this brass plate already. That is crazy nice looking. Ooh, this is really pretty actually. Again, I think this is one of those boards. Oh, I think something's broken there. Well, I mean, you know what? I'm just glad this came in one piece. And, well, I shouldn't say one piece. I'm just glad this didn't get lost in transit. So, regardless if something's broken or not, who cares? Plus, we're not using this today. This looks way better in person than in the renders. Also, I'm going to do a small critique on this. But, like, Canon Keys, I love you guys. You guys have been in the hobby forever. The website for the Caerdroia has this, like, as you scroll down, I just think it's kind of like, it's kind of tough to read in some cases because the font is the same color-ish as the background. My humble opinion, I would clean some of that up. But this is a really, really pretty keyboard in person. Actually, I do think it looks nicer in person than in some of the photos here. You're tough to read. That's also fair. Thank you. So, some key changes here. Actually, I have a whole bunch of things pulled up right now. First of all, this is going to start at 420, and it's going to go up to 425 for like the base stuff versus solder versus hot swap. It comes in 4 different colors. I'm going to be honest, I don't love this burgundy, but everything else is really nice. I like the E-beige, I like the Verdant. The Dolce is, I mean, a very basic colorway, and then the Alta Rubido is not really my thing. It's very wine colored. I'm not super into that personally, but the Verdant is one of my favorite colors here. E-beige is also really pretty too. It's going to come in either a win key or win keyless, and then solder and hot swap. Now this is going to be a sponsored stream. We're not keeping this board, but Canon Keys is paying for some of the materials that we're using for the board today. Actually, are these broken too? Oh no, these are the stabs. I thought this was broken over here because it kind of looks like it was broken a little bit. But yes, we're going to be sending this off to someone else afterwards. Now, some other little things is there will be an EC kit. All the add-ons are going to be priced a little differently. The EC kit's going to be about $90. The Alps kit is going to be about $80. Actually, am I in USD? Yes, I am. Perfect. So if you guys did want some extras there's also going to be some other miscellaneous add-ons that you guys can take a look at. But, or sorry, did I say 420 is the starting price. If you want the E-beige, which is $10 more, that's the only one. The only color that comes $10 more. Now, some little updates for this project. The USB hub, I don't think it's in this one, so I can't test it. The USB hub finally is going to be 3.0 opposed to 2.0 speeds. Long time coming for this. I feel like while I really appreciate it, you know, Canon Keys and James from AKB doing a lot of these beautiful hubs on the back, the 2.0 felt a little bit slow. well, it still was, very handy to have. Finally getting some 3.0 speeds there. The USB hub and USB-C daughter board have been merged together in one piece for the final unit. Probably won't be in here because they did say for the final unit, not in the prototype. The internal geometry of the bottom case has been altered to fit a new daughter board, so that's going to be a little bit different. Shouldn't really affect too many things, though, sound-wise or feel-wise. And the USB-C cutout height has been adjusted by 1.5 millimeters due to the new USB-C component having different dimensions. So I really like the 3.0 change. I think that's a fantastic change to have. Now, in terms of the board, again, we have to disassemble this. We're going to do an MX build today. I don't know what it is about this. I really, really, really liked this little flavor text on the top. A little hard to see on the e-beige. But first, I saw this board a while ago, and I was genuinely really interested. And I thought this was really pretty. But it is in S shape. It's a little bit more rounded. So you guys can see it's not quite as sharp or less exaggerated for corners. I think this reminds me a little bit, obviously not as aggressive as the Loop, but it reminds me a little bit of the Loop frame, just ever so slightly. I don't know which one actually came first, but personally, visually, I would have preferred it to be a little bit more straight with this, but I do really like the shape. I do like it. I think the bezels are a good width, but I think the bezels would have looked better with a bit of a sharper corner. Now, side profile is really pretty on this too. It is kind of your basic box-on wedge-ish, but they have this cut down, which I think gives it more of an aggressive look. And I really like that. And you can also see the two different tones here, which I think, again, gives it more of an aggressive look. Yeah, it's a cool side profile for sure. And then we got the back. Again, some stuff's going to be adjusted here, but we have the AKB logo. We have the cutouts for the USB. These are so handy to have. And again, now that this is going to be 3.0, I'm pretty pumped for that. So handy to have. I have one keyboard in my collection with this, and every time I've ever used it, I always end up using this for like stuff. So it won't charge. Actually, I don't know about the new one. I have to double check. But usually these don't act as charging. It's just mainly for data transfer. These are awesome for work from home. Yep, it's so true. One USB to switch. Exactly. And then we have the weights. Kind of like a little maze going on over here with the board name again. Really, really pretty. You can see the board name there. Yeah, the weight is so nice on this. I actually would have loved this particular one to maybe be more of like a natural brass or even a stainless look, like a silver look would have been really pretty for this, but obviously this is just preferences now. But this is so pretty. They did James did a really good job on the weight over here. It looks so good. It fits like the overall shape of the board too, which is fun because it kind of, exaggerates some of those curved lines. I like that. And also, again, the E-coat looks great on this. There's a little bit of blemishes, but Diego did mark those. I think this is from Diego. I'm pretty positive. But there is some obvious blemishes here, but it's all right. But yeah, it is a nice looking board, and I don't know right now when it comes to like sound profile. We're gonna test it, so we'll see. No test on this version. I mean, we can if you guys want later, but the thing is, I don't even know what. I don't really feel super confident in this. I don't know. Did Diego build this? If Diego built this already, then I feel like we can just use his stream. But like, I don't even know if these are lubed. I don't know anything about these particular switches. Yeah, so if Diego built it, then I think Diego would have it on his. But very, very pretty board. I also think the price point for this is pretty fair too. This is a pretty heavy kit, and there is like some complexities in some areas here. Again, really, really pretty board. Looks clean AF. Yeah. It's a nice looking tactile. It's a nice looking TKL, not tactile. All right, so let's take out one of these many. Oh gosh, let me just cut this. Or should I? Can we throw some keycaps on here really quick to see what it sounds like as is? Tell you what, guys, let's do the regular stream with MX stuff, and then towards the end, if we still have some time, we'll do it. Okay? Pinky swear it. We'll use this one. pinky swear it. Damn, Upas, you sent so many stabilizers out. Put those down. And then I don't know if Upas wants me to show all this stuff too, but I guess this is all EC stuff. Not that it really matters for today's build, but some EC stuff in here. With, you know, a whole bunch of little... I think Diego used all this. Alright, and then we have our plate and PCB. Just ignore them? Okay, okay. Just ignore them. Upas, I'm so glad they found this, by the way. I don't think they even found it as... Because they didn't notify they found it to us. It just kind of showed up. Did I show the jackets? No, everything's... Right now, all those, like... Guys, again, this is preference based, but a lot of the clothing wasn't really my style. We kind of talked about it earlier, but those are all upstairs. Like, we have them in a box right now, and they're packed in quotations for when they come back for them. But just it was, I don't know, it was pretty funny. We had a good laugh, but also we were all very worried for the keyboard. Ooh, the Bastion. I do like the Bastion TKL PCB here. Very nice. Lots of compatibility. Oh, dude, they're taking up so much space. It's okay, though. Very, very nice. Yes, there's an alternate Alps PCB. This has a lot of different compatibility, so... Not just the hot swap, but the whole keyboard has, like, 3 ways you can technically build it. Yeah, the Bastion PCB is really nice. Again, lots of compatibility here. The only thing we're really lacking is ISO, but I mean, you can probably just get a solderable PCB for that. But this particular hot swap PCB is actually pretty versatile, so I really like it. It's really, really nice. Finally, good layout support from Canon keys. Yes, finally, finally, finally. The only small gripe I have, which Upas is probably gonna never send me boards ever again because I always mention this, is EasyMate cables. That is literally the only gripe I still have. I just personally don't care for EasyMate. But I do like this PCB a lot. This is actually being used in a few other projects that I will be looking at in the future. But this layout, you know, having it being a universal, not universal PCB, but having it be a PCB that's constantly in stock makes me super, super happy. So we don't do ISO and ANSI enter because it makes the switch mount sideways, which can crack keycap stems. That's also pretty true too. Yeah, that is also true. Technically that is. And yeah, like I mentioned, if you guys want ISO, just get the solder. But again, some people might not care about soldering their own PCBs. And then we have a plate. I think this is... What do we got here? Ooh, this is a thick plate? Oh, hell yeah. This is going to be the thick plate, the thick PC plate. Actually, when it comes to plates, where is the add-on kits? Is this under miscellaneous add-ons? Add-ons. The 4.5 mil. Okay, here it is. I didn't see it here. But if you want an extra one, it's $65. 65 bucks for an extra one. But very, very cool. I'm kind of fond of these. Also, what's up, Howie? How you doing, man? 21 months? I am kind of fond of these thicker plates. Oh, is it the stock plate? Damn, that's even cooler. I like that. This is going to be interesting. All right, I guess let's get some stabs prepped. What mount is this? This should just be top mount, right? Pretty positive. Like, I don't think there's anything else to this. Thick plates stay winning. They have a unique sound profile. There may not be for everyone. I do wish there was a few other plate choices. It doesn't seem like I can see any other plate choices. Unless I'm just not seeing it here. That I do wish there was like one or two more different customization options you can do for this. Bowl would have been built... Okay, you know what? Bowl probably would have been done already. You're right. Whatever. Actually, that's a good question. Is this milled or SLS printed? I'm pretty positive this would be milled, but Upas would have the answer there. But if I had to guess, it looks like it's been milled. Yeah, it's been milled. Thick plates aren't for me. Thus, I must hate on this instead of just accepting it's not a board for me. I guess perfectly valid. We're just going to use all 5 stabs today, I think. We're doing pretty standard TKL build. Also, I guess this makes sense. My one gripe with this plate, now that I'm looking at it more closely, small gripe. I do wish this could take advantage of the full bottom row compatibility. I'm not sure if that could have been possible with the thick plate here. But I know a lot of people these days prefer 7U. But it's still, like, you know, to be fair about things, I do think some people still also prefer 6.25U. So, again, to be fair, that's probably the other reason why it's simplified for Win keyless. But, you know, they also offer a Win key version, so it would have been cool to have. All right. Let's do it. What's my preference when it comes for the F1 between FR4 and CEM? Probably CEM. I'm not huge on FR4 plates, man. I'm really not huge on them, man. They're not truly always my style. Like, I've only ever had, like, good experiences with them a handful of times. I liked it in the Envoy. I liked it in some other O-ring builds because they sort of mimic aluminum, but not really. Like, they're not as pingy, I guess. It's for the PCB. Oh! I read plate by accident. You know what, Annette? That's my bad, bro. Either or is fine, man. I don't think I have a preference there. I don't think I do. Anything new in your life lately? Is there anything new? I'm just focusing on fine-tuning a lot of things in my life. I don't think there's anything new, and to be completely frank with you, like, I don't think there's gonna be things new for a while for me. I think I'm gonna have a pretty, I think the next little bit is gonna be pretty basic for me here. Apiary, thank you so much for the raid. If you guys haven't followed Marcia already, check out Marcia's stuff. She makes some excellent content. Hey, Marcia and crew. Hi, Marcia. Yeah, I mean, realistically, like, I also don't think it's a bad thing that I have nothing else, like, new going on. I have projects that I'm going to be doing, like, in the keyboard space. But, like, life updates? Not a whole lot. I've had to put some stuff on my life in hold just because, like, I mean, I'm sure we all feel this way, but, you know, budget gets in the way of things sometimes, so sometimes you have to put things on hold. But yeah, more of the same, and then refining the same. Hello, Alexander? Damn, the full name? Did I do something wrong, Marcia? Am I in trouble? Usually only people call me that when I'm in trouble, or you're in it. One of the two. And it just calls me by my full name the entire time. I don't get it. All about the journey rather than the destination? It really is. I like the idea you've talked about that you'd like to start doing again. Oh yeah, we're going to be doing some of that maybe tomorrow. Some of, like, the, what's it called? Co-working stuff. I thought it was the vibe. Okay, I guess it is. You know what, Annette? All about the climb? True. This is fucking crazy. It's because he read it on my Instagram, because that's my Instagram handle. Because I did the whole verified thing, and they make you use your full name, so. And it read it there, and now we sticking with it, you know? Alexander Stash Man? Okay, you know what? Is my stash kind of I guess it kind of is. I've shaved sort of recent. Sometimes when I don't shave, it's just like, I was looking for mod actions. Trust me, he's the highest ban rate of anyone here on this entire channel, is Annette. Alexander, okay, you know what? I'm not going to read the rest of that, bro. That's crazy. I didn't know it was public now. Oh, yeah, it's public. Honestly, I think... Okay, this is a little off topic, but it's also kind of on topic. We're talking about Instagram. Guys, I think Instagram's kind of a dead platform at these days. Like, unless you're making short form content for it, I don't enjoy using it anymore. And I don't mean to post, I mean to consume content. I hate using it. Nothing on my main page is pictures. And I just want that. I want something for pictures. So it's in then the real, or I guess the short form content of that, it's just like a crappier version of YouTube and TikTok. It's impossible to get what you want on your feed. Yeah, it's terrible, dude. Flickr. I just want a picture thing back. I just want something that's strictly about photos. But here's the catch. I also want people to actually use it. I've been recommended a few things that people are like, this is great for photos, and then nobody uses it. So, you mean that Instagram and Facebook is for grandmas? Say it ain't so. Okay, well, Facebook has its own set of issues. Listen, I'm not hating. I don't get how people are using Facebook still. To me, Facebook, the UI is incredibly inconvenient to navigate. So that's like number one. It's so stupid to navigate the UI on that thing. And there's fucking ads plastered everywhere on that website too. I don't know how people use it, man. I started a new Finsta account recently and it got less ads for some reason. I wonder why. I only use Facebook because I work with meta ads, or I also deleted it. Yeah, unfortunately, because of Instagram, I have to keep Facebook. But dude, it's so like, you just don't use it. Insty, what the hell was that, bro? Instagram is a drag nowadays as a platform if you want to see pictures. Yeah, I want a picture platform. And dude, I hate to say this. You know what's been better for me for photos? Like, I've been actually getting photos I actually want. It's sad because I hate all the rest of the content on it and I hate the general atmosphere of it. But like, Twitter has actually been way better for getting photos of keyboard stuff. Like, I've actually been able to see some of my friends post things as they, like, you know, timeline wise as they post. Although, like I said, to actually browse Twitter, absolutely fucking not. But to actually just see like following accounts, it's a little bit better at least. So dude. Listen, I've kind of given up on Blue Sky. So I use Blue Sky on the daily. And I don't know why this is. Sorry, I have to go a little off topic here. Well, not off topic. I'm going to go on a bit of a tangent, so sorry. Threads is the same way right now. But Blue Sky, originally, when I joined, because everyone was hyping it up, it was great. Like, I had a good time on it. And I was genuinely enjoying posting content. The engagement on it was meaningful. And I actually got to see content I wanted, and I felt inspired by stuff. Dude, Threads and Blue Sky nowadays is just the same shit that I see on Twitter, just not as crude. And it's just every picture, everything I see is like, it's like some stupid business thing where it's like, like I finally made my $15th million now to really start the grind. Fucking prayer emojis and just like more stuff like that. And it's all like stuff, like, you know, it's all engagement bait. And it's just like, I don't know, I can't use it, man. It's terrible. Like, it oddly feels worse than Twitter. And because I just feel like I'm forced to see only the weird crap on Blue Sky and Threads. So I just don't really, like, I post there sometimes, but I don't really engage much. But yeah, honestly, these days, man, like, and maybe this is just a sign of what I'm into, I just enjoy using Discord. It's not as, like, you don't get to see as much nowadays, but, like, if I want to talk to people and feel like I'm being social, Discord. Like, I'll just hop on Discord and, like, browse random stuff here, or, like, talk to you guys. Also, someone redeemed Hydrate. Like, that's literally it. And then these days, I've just been going to random blogs. Like, if I find a blog that I like, or someone who's posting a lot, like, of written content, I'll just follow them. I feel less bad about doing that. And I feel pretty good about supporting someone's, like, small blog like that, you know? But that's it. I'm starting to enjoy Instagram again because I've joined a niche enough community that it feels like earlier days of Insta. Ain't no way. But as soon as I step out of that account, it's garbage dumpster fire of ads again. Yeah. What was the small niche, Super? Hey, Alex, do you have any experience with these switches? Akko Rosewoods or Silver Pros? So Silver Pros I have some experience with. Not a whole hell of a lot. The other ones, no, I have never used Rosewoods. I like the Silver Pros. I think I used them in an envoy for a gamer one time. Pinterest is goated. Dude, maybe it's just me, but every time I like something on Pinterest, it leads nowhere. So I get like a cool photo sometimes, but like the actual like content behind the photo is usually crap. I don't know. Vero for photography? The photography that I do isn't the photography that's gonna do well on Vero. But yes, Vero was pretty good for looking at pictures. I think I did make a Vero account at one point. Yeah. I don't know. Well, I don't mean to be this guy, but like, it does feel a lot of the times like all of social media has now become just like AI or just bot accounts or just some random, guy who makes 1,000 different accounts all targeting one thing. It's just not fun anymore. Like, it really isn't. So I just don't really enjoy some of these platforms. It's so draining having to go through all that shit. Dead internet is real. Honest to God, bro, I used to be like, it's kind of cringe, but no, honestly, it kind of really is. All right, 3 done. The vintage jewelry community on Instagram is so small that it feels like a bunch of friends just sharing their collections. Vintage jewelry sounds interesting, actually. Vintage anything is really cool. I like that a lot, though. I hope you're having a lot of fun doing it, Super. Tumblr used to be great. I haven't used Tumblr in quite a bit of time. Quite a long time, dude. But yeah, like I said, Discord has been like my absolute fave for communicating with people. I can DM you my account, but it's secret. But if you tell me, it won't be a secret. It's Super, I'll leave it up to you, but I'd love to see some of it. Tumblr is still good? Is it actually? I'm trying to keep it faceless. No worries, no worries. New PC with a fresh keyb. Life is good right now. You gonna share the specs with us? What'd you get? Did you get like a new monitor and stuff too? I'm actually, I do want a new gaming monitor. I don't like the one I have at all. I want like an OLED. I really, really want to like treat myself to an OLED monitor one day. Well, look at the cat dragged, wait, what? Look what the drag catted in, huh, Zane? All my favorite accounts on Tumblr are inactive or deleted now. I used to be a Tumblr kid pretty heavily. Pretty heavily, dude. But I deleted my Tumblr account way back when. Wanted to sell the old rig for a new monitor, still rocking 1080p monitors. I don't blame you. I don't have the best monitor right now either, Nitram. But I feel like that's usually the last thing you upgrade into setup. I think anyways. I think that's most people's like path. Is they usually go like peripherals is like an easy one to get upgraded. The actual core of the computer is super important. And then monitors are kind of like, if you have some spare coin, you do monitors. You lost access to your Tumblr account a few years ago and it hurt me? Dude, but do you still remember your username? Tumblr was so good, taught me CSS. Kabu. Dude, hold on a sec. We're on the same timeline then, bro. That's actually where I learned like a lot of my coding stuff. Because I got interested in it and I wanted to make myself like a website and like learn to do everything, even like hosting things from scratch. So I learned off of someone's blog on Tumblr. And then I also used all my knowledge to like create themes and I like made themes for people. Actually, one of the coolest things I did was kind of by accident. A photographer that I was really into reached out to me so I could make him a very simple theme for his Tumblr account. A long time ago. Although I don't think he has a Tumblr anymore. Or maybe he does. And he did. I think he just didn't use the theme I made for him. But it was a long time ago, dude. CSS is my least favorite part of web dev. It's like the easiest part for me. Just because I'm so used to it. I still have to Google some stuff sometimes. But like the other day, I was trying to do a span style thing. And my mind blanked And you know, I couldn't remember how to change the font size. So I kept typing in font dash size semicolon. And I was like, why isn't it working? But yeah, I had to Google it because I just couldn't remember such a simple command. You got into your account, Super? Hey, yo, you remember the password. It's actually somewhat complex the deeper you go into it. Oh, CSS? Yeah. I went to Micro Center today and they had two 5090s on the shelf. Wait, the 50? How much are 5090s? No way they're $3,500, Super. $3,500? Okay, I'll go look right now, Nitram. Or is that like aftermarket pricing? Let's see, where's our Discord? They're that pricey? I haven't looked at new computer stuff in a while, so... Video games... Ooh, Leon Lee 011 Dynamic Evo. That's a beautiful case. Ryzen 7 9800. AMD Sapphire Nitro 9070 XT. Oh wow, they're already on the 90 series of those cards. 64 gigabytes of DDR5. You have a 360 ICU. The water cooler is cool on that. Or I guess the closed loop cooler there. Yeah, nice, dude. 12 terabyte hard drive. God damn, brother. Really nice build. So wait, you got into it then, Super Switch? That's cool. Those Tumblr themes were crazy. It was so much I want a cool thing, I will make it myself thing. Yeah, dude, it was a lot of fun. Better times, man, I swear to God. Sent you the jewelry Finsta, but keep it on the DL? Will do. I won't tell nobody. Or I won't tell anybody, I should say, because the other one wouldn't apply. Tell some people. Oh, by the way, did you guys finish all of the Black Mirror stuff? Really random thought that just crossed my head. Oh wait, is this TX? Yes, so I still need this. Dude, I was deep into Tumblr Sherlock. There's a lot of interesting things there. No, I haven't started Severance yet, man. I got sidetracked with Andor now. Sorry. Is it scary? Sinners yet? No, I haven't watched that. But that I do. I might go with myself to go watch that. Or maybe I can ask a few friends, but I don't think anyone would want to go with me. Also, for my fellow people from Toronto here, okay, just so I don't know if I'm going to remember to do this later, is there a difference between the IMAX theater downtown at Scotiabank or versus the one in Vaughan? Because I know there's differences between IMAX theaters. Very specific question, and I apologize for everyone who doesn't live here and can't help me, but for anyone who knows, does anyone know the difference? Sinners was so good, highly recommend. Yeah, everyone's been saying that. I don't live there, but yes. I use that for general storage. I'm gonna go. I am going to do to that SoCal Tech Fair Saturday. So looking forward to get a few other PC parts for cheap. Cool. Yeah, use your old build for stuff. I gave my old build to my brother so he can use it for a media rig. Scotia is really the better option. I know different IMAX screens are different sizes and different projectors. Yeah, that's why I'm like confused. So handsome and enjoying Topper at the same time. What the hell? Gio. By the way, Gio, I installed that thing you gave me. Convenient now. Also, I can finally use two other lights that I accidentally bought. I forgot to tell you about this, Gio. I bought two random Philips lights a long time ago. And this morning I was like, I can plug them in now. I never was able to use them properly because they required the hub and I just didn't buy the hub. So yeah. I think the difference is more so in the buildings and their age. Oh, interesting. Okay, maybe I will have to look it up then. Which one's which? Gio, are you home now? If so, have you tried out the switches? Gio has a batch of my Type Plus switches. Also, Gio, can you send me the photo that we took together? I forgot to ask you for it. That's on me. Do you really want to travel all the way to Vaughan for a movie? Yeah, I know, for real. Honestly, I should just go to the one in Scotia. You're right. Vaughn's so far. I think there's a list somewhere that spells out which IMAX theaters are true IMAX and which ones aren't. I hate that I have to look that up. 2 a.m. this morning, I had to work. Take your time, I'm just teasing. Tim, hold on. You got in at 2 and you had to wake up for work. You must be tired right now. God damn, dude. Gio, don't forget to send me that thing too while you're sending out things. Gosh, dude. Gio's gonna get harassed. When's the next batch of Switches dropping? So the mode ones are out. And then for the new ones, the Type Plus ones, I have no idea. Still don't know, guys. They're done production though. I think... actually, I don't even want to lie to you guys. I don't want to say I think. I don't actually know. Soon, I hope. But I have the final... Actually, I'll show them to you guys right now. I have the final batches of them here. So this is finalized. These are... I don't know if this will be the packaging for them, but these are like 100%. This is what the final product's going to be. So... these we will use in a build soon. I think the next Manta build we'll use this in. Because I did like the way the prototype ones sounded in the Manta. But yeah, I finally got a few of these in. The better theater is out in Oakville. Much nicer and a bit emptier. Ah, damn. Vaughan is the better projector then maybe? Fuck, Oakville's pretty far too. Alright, maybe I'll have to suck it up and make a trip somewhere. I don't know. I kind of don't want to go. Is digital IMAX? Oh, is digital IMAX the bad one? Can we get a sound test of the new Switches? Or of the Switches? I can kind of show you. I've used them in 1 or 2 other builds, but they're not soldered into that other Manta, so they sound a little rattly right now because they're kind of rattling in the plate and PCB. Best IMAX screen in Toronto. Well, fuck, maybe I'll have to make the trip. Digital laser. Whatever. You know what? Maybe I'll just say fuck it. I don't know if I want to spend that much time going to Vaughan. It's kind of far. Film is where it's at. Yeah, I feel like it would be a cool experience. I have yet to actually... Secret? I've never seen an IMAX movie before. Like, not even the digital one. Or whatever you want to call it. I've only seen the stupid fake ones where it's just like louder. That's it. Where they kind of like say it's IMAX compatible, but not really. Like, I haven't been to true IMAX yet. Ever. So. Going to a meetup tomorrow with 8 keybs? You're bringing 8 keyboards? Which ones? Dude, I want another meetup soon. I can't wait for the next Toronto meetup, man. By the way, if you guys haven't gone to a meetup yet, I highly suggest figuring that out. Just get to one, bro. You saw Oppenheimer in 70mm IMAX and it was the greatest theater experience of my life. Oh, man. I'm so jealous. Honestly, I'm so glad you guys had fun with that, though. Has to do with whether the projector is the actual aspect ratio or a digital aspect ratio mimicking the IMAX. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Maybe I'll just watch it on my computer. Recently, I went to both the Seattle and PDX meets. They were both fun. Yeah. I know Canon Keys does meetups too. I don't know when their meetup is this year. But Canon Keys does them. Novel Keys does them. Mode does them. I think the Mode one already passed, though. I think. Unless I'm thinking of the wrong timeline here. But yeah, a lot of the big brands do them too. Yeah, when Apex finally finalizes the CMK one, we'll know too. Alright, let's pop these in. Also, very small little compliment here, but I like the font used on the Bastion PCB a lot. Very niche, small compliment. Are you planning on reviewing the CBAS? I am. I have it here, I think. And then I will review it next week. My most special theater experience is watching Black Panther with the sensory experience that you get with They have a sensory thing in movie theaters? I know they have like the D-box thing, which is like just the seat moves, but I never really cared for that. What is this wind and motion thing? In scent too? That is interesting. I have never heard of that, Kabu. Where is this? What's it called? They have like mist sprayers and all that now? Since when? I don't Muppets, you think there's a theater here in Toronto with that? Yeah, I've never seen that in any of the theaters here. And I've been to the movies like sort of, kind of recent-ish. One time I went to go watch, what was that movie called now? I don't remember what it's called, but it was fun. 4DX sometimes? Interesting. I watched the Minecraft movie with that experience. Terrible idea. Oh, man. I can't even imagine why you'd want to do that for the Minecraft one, but it seems like a fun idea for whatever reason. I saw Rogue One in 4DX, and that was amazing. Do they have 4DX here? No, Kanega's got me fucking curious, man. 4DX. They do. But, like, what theaters? Have you ever seen an XDA profile keycap with Japanese legends that have LED? No. Dude, any of the nice keycaps, like from the big brands, I've never seen anyone do LED, like, pass-throughs or, like, you know, transparent layers. Although I'm pretty positive it is 100% possible, but just no one's done it. Not to my knowledge, anyways. Let's see. What's playing in 4DX? And I'm curious. Thunderbolts. Oh, that movie. That movie looks kind of interesting, I think. I'm not sure, though. Oh, yeah. Young and Dundas has one. And then, yeah, I think that's really it. I don't know where the rest of these are. All right, Kevin, relax. 4DX is a bit gimmicky, to be honest, but it can be really fun with the right movie. Yeah, I feel like it's something I'd want to try. I watched Spider-Man. I don't remember what it was called, but I watched Spider-Man No Way Home in the theater where it had the one screen and then two screens beside it. It was like extremely wide, and you kind of had to turn your head to watch the whole movie. I don't remember what that was called, though, but it was kind of interesting. It was a one-time experience. I don't think I'd ever do that again. Might have been X. I don't remember what it was called. It could have been... Yeah, Screen X. That's what it was called, actually. You're right. I think that was like my... Where was that? That's a great question. I think that might have been the Scotia Theatre. Yeah, it was all right. It was not... It was like a one-time thing. I don't think I'd ever go for that again. You're right. I don't think the whole movie was filmed like that, if my memory serves now. Okay, it's really sounding good. And then we are using these SW switches that Mr. Bowl sent us. These are the Choco Black ones, I believe. Apparently, these are a lot like MX Blacks. I'm actually pretty excited to use these right now. The only downside is a few of the little diffusers fell out in transit, so I might have to pop those back in. Are pretty switches, though. I do like these diffuser things. They're full travel. I bet they're going to sound nuts in this board. Yeah. Yes, for the no LEDs. The switches have. Yeah, I know, right? If you've ever been to the Bugs Life ride in the tree... I've never been to Disneyland. Is that Disneyland? Animal Kingdom? One day I will... I like Disney stuff, so I'll eventually one day go, but not anytime soon. We looked up the pricing a little while ago. And, oh boy, dude, I don't think I could... Disney World? Yeah. One of the two. I don't think that's something I can exactly afford at the moment. Speaking of Cherry, given how good Chinese manufacturers are, do you think Cherry moving to China has a chance of improving quality? I think... Ooh, that's a really interesting question, because I think that would be the stupidest move for them. If they somehow got better quality and they got rid of all the characteristics that make Cherry what Cherry is, like scratchy switches and, you know, whatever you want to call their characteristics, I don't think people would have a reason to buy Cherry switches anymore. So, I really don't. And I think the thing Cherry really needs to freaking do at this point here, like, hear me out. I don't know if Cherry's doing well or not, so don't quote me on this. But Cherry is pretty stagnant with things. Like, they have not done a whole hell of a lot of new things. They did those Northern Light switches, which is cool. Is it going to be, like, game-breaking? I don't think a lot of people are going to swing for those, because silent switches, while they're awesome, and I like them too, like, they're not really for everyone. They should really focus on not the hobby, like, our hobby's niche, but just the keyboard space and, like, trying to get their switches into stock boards. But I don't know. I think for me, though, I love my Cherry switches. I really do. But if they happen to be altered in any way that made them lose the characteristics they have now, then I would not buy them. So that is it. Yeah, I agree with Manic too. Like, any sort of change in what Cherry has now, I probably wouldn't buy. The only good change I can ever foresee them doing is they need to dial in their pre-lubrication process. And then, dude, they need to, like, they just need to suck it up and put good springs or just some variety of springs in some of their switches. Like, for me to always feel like I need to swap the Cherry, like, standard linears because of how inconsistent they are is annoying. But yeah, that's basically it. Spring swap is basically mandatory. Yeah, exactly. But that is the answer to the question there. Can't wait for the first Chinese switch with the Cherry nylon blend. Why, are they moving to China for manufacturing, or I might have missed that if they are. Speaking of meetups from earlier, have you seen younger people / teenagers at meetups? I mean, I definitely have seen younger people at meetups, but not like these small local meetups. The small local meetups have been pretty much the same people. But there's definitely been, like, younger people interested in the hobby, if that's kind of what you're asking. At the big meetups, you tend to see them. At the small meetups, it varies. Like, there's definitely young people. I would consider most people there to be pretty young, but, you know, if you're talking, like, teenagers or, like, early 20s, like, I don't exactly know. Plus, I'm not good at guessing people's ages. Also, is moving to China a good move right now, seeing as most places are moving out? Well, I think that's specifically just for the US. They are restructuring and had to get a loan, so they aren't doing the best financially. Maybe if they started doing more things instead of just more of the same every year. Maybe. Oh, what's this? Okay, I need to reread this through. This is a lot of text. Okay. Cherry is EU and feels like EU and China trade is getting more friendly, so yeah. Bad timing for a move to China? I don't think that would be a good move in any regard. Again, they just need to be part of the space more. You know, it's crazy because, like, I feel like a lot of the other Switch manufacturers are getting by just fine. Even, like, HMX, dude, or, like, a lot of people. I don't know. Dude, you know what else they could do? They could also work on, like, getting themselves into HE stuff. Like, get popular with some of the more mainstream things, you know? Like, reach a deal with a mainstream board, but I don't know. Whatever. Maybe I'm just talking out of my ass. Hello from Portugal. What's up, Quack? How you doing? I already swapped my old switches on my GMK Pro for Akko V3 Creamy Purple Pros and did Force Break mod. Last week I added the PC plate into Rock V3, and now it's the Force Break mod and the switches. Now I like my GMK Pro at home more than my Monski. The switches also have an excellent acoustic for my taste. Yeah, dude, Akko switches are really good. I think you made a really good choice, and also good choice of mods. Random, what desk pad is this? This is from... Oh my gosh, what is this brand called? Grovemade. It's from Grovemade. Although, I don't know if I'd recommend it though. Get a better one with a better non-slippy kind of bottom here. Did you see the Lube Switch rebrand takeover? So is it really a takeover? I think from what I understand, it's someone who's just buying their inventory and socials and stuff, right? Like buying the accounts for things, not so much the brand. It's an interesting thing to do. And I think I was thinking about it this morning. I think I get why. Because that would be a really easy in for a new vendor without having to kind of establish stock for certain things and all that. So was considering Grovemade and saw the... Dude, the slipping issue is like... Ugh. I'm actually looking into another brand. It's called... Oh gosh. Beaver Peak, I think? Oh, this is not my keyword. Beaver Peak. I'm looking into buying one of these. These have, I think, a nicer bottom on them. And then I also saw another brand that I was considering too, but I don't remember what it was called. I don't know. I do like these merino wool desk pads. They're one of my favorite desk pads. Like, I like the look of them. They have a nice texture. But yeah, I just don't like this one. Show on screen? Oh, the Beaver Peak ones? I'll just link it to you guys. Not really much to show. It's just this. I haven't heard that name since the first iPhone came out. I think I bought their bamboo iPhone case. Yeah, I don't really... Their products are nice, but damn, dude, they're expensive. So, I do like their desk monitor riser stand things. They're pretty, but also expensive. The suede ones are nice from Wired. I feel like they don't do a great job at isolating from the rest of the desk though, so I've kind of like stopped using the one that I have. Oh, this one's missing that thing there. Pop that in. And then I have these really nice leather ones I got from Turbulent Labs. But the leather is my favorite. Like the real leather is like my favorite of all the desk pads I have. It just doesn't focus well on camera. So I have to not use it during stream, or else my camera goes crazy. This has been a fantastic adventure. Now I'm thinking of swapping the plate-mounted stabs on the Monsgeek and applying screw-in stabs. I love that you're enjoying the process. Dude, tinkering with things, Quack, is like... To me, it's like 90% of the fun of keyboards, man. I'm a very hands-on person, so I love like being involved in projects that I can actually, like take apart and all that, so... I've been using my linoleum at Keycult. Dude, Avo, can I tell you something? So I got sent one of those a long time ago. You know, I don't know where I put it. I'm so fucking sad about that because I actually really liked that desk pad. No clue where it went to. I think it got lost in my original move when I moved out. Not this move, but the last move. And it had like the brass inlay and everything too, like the little Keycult. I have no idea. I think I put it away somewhere and I had no idea where I put it. Yeah, still can't find it to this day though. I was thinking about it like if you... I checked, Avo. It wasn't there. They only had some crappy desk pads that I had, like old crappy ones that we threw out anyways. Oh. Wait. You might be right. I think he might be actually using it on his computer. Oh, no, he's not. He's not using it. He's using a different one. No, he's not using it. I still don't know where it is then. I know I packed it away somewhere. I just don't know where it is. Which one, Crisp? Oh, the Keycult desk pad? These keycaps or switches are popping in real nice. It's this thick plate, dude. I got to admit, the thick plate is making this extremely easy to do. Did you try the EC version? I have not tried this EC version, but Diego did. So if you guys want to see Diego's experience putting this together, I believe it's on Lightning keyboards. Why is Alex ignoring my messages? What happened, Zany? I ignored something? Let's see, what did Zany say? So nice.
Woo finally got shipping for F1v2, the last GB I have going.
F1v2? Let's go, dude. Which color did you get? You know what, Zany? This guy brings up the whiteboard and goes, why are you ignoring me? That's crazy. You pinky promised we would swap to EC if we had time? We will, we will. If we have time, I will just move the keycaps over. Or use a different set of keycaps. Was the other premium desk pad brand I was considering? I have not heard of that. But it oddly sounds familiar. I don't know. I am in the market for another one of these. This one here has also just become like kind of dirty. And I don't know how to wash this or take care of it, to be honest. But oh, wait, I have seen this brand. Mini cable magnets. What are these? Okay, I'm going to have to explore this later. I mean, I don't really have an opinion on them yet because I haven't used them. But so far, they feel nice in hand. That is as much as I can really say. You know? There isn't much keyboards modding culture. Quack, did you know there's a new vendor in Portugal? Whiplash. It's based in Portugal. So if you did want to explore some stuff, they opened up fairly recently. I think they're the only vendor in your area. Pretty nice owner too. I don't think he's here right now, but he sometimes pops by the stream. Yeah, brand new. I think they, was it 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago they opened? And it. Yeah, Scrubs. Scrubs is the guy who runs it. He sometimes pops in here. I don't know if he's in here right now. Good guy Alex plugging a good member of the community. Gotta love it. We love Scrubs. He's a good guy. We do like him. Okay, I think we're good to go. Oh, hold on, I do need that piece here. After I moved to Canada, shit starts happening in Portugal. Yeah. We're seeing a few new vendors pop up here and there, which is good. But we're also seeing, I think, the same amount close. But, I mean, to be expected at this point. All right. There is the switches installed. Ooh, that is... Look how stealthy this looks with the polycarbonate thick plate. That is quite the good-looking plate there. Ooh la la. Quack, and it's trying to be funny, but he's really not that funny. He's just trying his best to be funny. But his jokes sometimes don't land. Bro? 4.7mm thick PC plate, baby. All right, just tuned in. Why is there two boards? What do you mean? Like this one? This is my board I just used to type things right now, and then this is the one we're building today. But this was already pre-installed. Diego pre-installed this. So let's open this bad boy up. I'll just forget about then. Yeah, it's best to, Quack, if you're gonna hang out here, like pretty much everyone else in the chat, it's usually best to ignore anything that Anitar guy says. He doesn't mean any harm, but it's probably best to just ignore what he says usually. For real, Anit? All right. Anit, I know I just told everyone to ignore you, but I can't ignore how awesome you are, okay? Anit, I hope you're having an excellent day. That's it. That's all I got to say. Thank you, Anit. I appreciate you. I hope things are going great. Love you, buddy. Props on Lamenta. Saw the YouTube video today. Looking very cool. Thank you, Pat. Really appreciate that. Someone said it looks like a fancy version of a Neo keyboard. I was pretty sad. Hydrate. Got a little bit of water left. Lord of the Rings, the giver of gifts. Also, nah, better not say. Oh, there's Scrubs. Scrubs, we were just talking about you. Posture check? Oh, gosh. You're right, I do need to do that, man. Ain't no way Banta looks like Neo. I thought the same thing, but it's okay. I thought they're two very different boards. Two very different boards, dude. I do like the way these... It's like a very weird compliment, but I do like the way these screws feel. They feel nice. Alright, ready? Oh, there's a little piece of dust there. Alright. Did I get all the screws? We did. So, here is the back. Oh, this is a SIP PCB. Go figure. I do like SIP PCBs for the EC version here. Very nice. So again, this is all going to change. In case you guys are curious, I'm going to go over this one more time. This will now be a USB-C, or sorry, this will now be a USB 3.0. And then this will now be one piece opposed to two different pieces. The internals are going to change ever so slightly to accommodate this. But that is part of the change process here. Very, very awesome. Except it's not a pen, it's the tube where the... For which one, Scrubs? I have a pen pop at home? Oh, do you? That's awesome. Wait, that pops when you open it? How much is the board? It starts at 420, and then I think max it goes up to 435 if you go for the E-coat as well as the hotspot PCB. Hi, Sterling. Thank you so much for the raid of 12, man. Hope things are good. The site they gave me here shows a domain for sale, not a store. For which one, Quack? Oh, are you looking for whip? Scrubs? Scrubs, if you don't mind, can you connect with Quack? He's in Portugal as well, and I think he wanted to take a look at the store. If you want to connect. He pull up? Were you guys doing a Cappy? Is that what we're saying? He pull up? Oh yeah, Alex. What was that oak light bulb and knob that was in this Cinque pictures? Dude, I have a love-hate relationship with that thing. I love that little lamp. I got it from EQ3. But in all of their infinite wisdom and like, you know, their stuff's... I got it on sale, but their stuff is a little bit pricier. They put a sticker on the wood part of the lamp. And it's like a finished wood. So you can't really remove like the sticker. Like if you use like a varnish, like something to get rid of it, like it just will melt anything else on it. So I did try to use some of it, but it's kind of bad to get rid of it. But yeah, it's kind of... I don't like looking at it because I see all the residue of that sticker. And I don't know, it pisses me off. I don't know why they put a sticker on the wood itself. Like, it's so dumb. But yeah, I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with that thing. I tried soapy water. I tried everything to get rid of it. It's just there. It was a really tough sticker to remove in the first place. But the Gooby Gone stuff, the problem with that is because it has like a finish on the wood, it's just going to melt the finish. And the reason I know that is because I tried a little patch of it, and then it started discoloring the rest of the wood. Olive oil? I haven't tried olive oil. Olive oil I haven't tried. I'd be down to try that. How many licks to get to the... What the fuck? Okay, that I haven't tried too. Eucalyptus oil? Okay. Blowtorch? This guy, bro. This freaking guy, dude. Damn. Okay, I'm gonna make a statement here. I love the patina on this plate already. Look at... Can you guys see the patina on it? That looks fucking sweet. gives it so much character. It's a beautiful plate. It really is. Let's put this guy in now. Wrong way? Wrong way. Alright, start screwing stuff in here. For sticker residue, if you put acetone on it without it affecting color oil. Yeah, I tried soapy water. I tried some of the sticker remover stuffs, but it ended up hurting the wood. But I don't really use the lamp much anymore. Where did I even put it? It's over there. Just sitting there, unplugged. Sorry to ask, but where is the knob from? Oh, that knob I have on my desk? That is from, well, I mean, it was from Click Clack. I don't remember the exact name of the knob now. Shit. It was from Click Clack. Equal, thank you so much for the Prime. I appreciate it. Thank you, dude. This crispy guy, bro. The Mammoth? No. The thing they're talking about, this one, right? This knob? Is it like the VK01 or something like that? Is that what it was called? It's been a little while. Been a little while since I last spoke about this. The battery life on this is not super great. Yeah, it was like VK01 or KO1 or something. I charge this thing like every 3 days. I don't know why the battery has been so poo-poo on it. It didn't start off like that. But, I don't know. Gotta charge it again. It's dead right now. I heard from other people, by the way, that they didn't have the same experience. I have a feeling it's just my unit has a problem. I don't know. Honestly, I have no clue, dude. Also, I believe we're not going to plug this in. Because I think something's up with the daughterboard cable if memory serves. I was told for the prototype we can't plug it in right now. But let's screw this together. I also haven't noticed it, but maybe it happens over time. Honestly, I have no clue. I have no clue why mine dies so quick. Have you tried to plug in the battery? This guy, man. It was $25. What can you expect? You can expect a lot, okay? If you get a tiny piece of uranium, you can maybe build a mini micronuclear reactor in the bottom to power it for the rest of our lives. Guys, isn't it weird how Avo sounds suspiciously like Anit and Adam? It's weird, right? And you notice how quick Anitar laughed at Avo's joke? It's almost like they're on the same computer. It's weird, right? But Avo can cook? We've never really asked Adam or Anitar if they can cook. We just kind of assume they can't. I don't know why. But we just kind of assume. It's weird, right? And it's never said he couldn't? Yeah, he never said he couldn't. Why are you calling Anit by his govy? My bad. Anitar. Avo, can you take 20-minute naps? Wait, what? Avo actually controlling my PC too right now? Rip. Alex, do you know how Avo called me ew the other day? Damn, Avo's rude. Dude. I've had a similar problem with a knob of mine. Kept discharging within 2 to 3 days. I contacted tech support and they said there might be an issue with either the battery or the board itself. Yeah, maybe I do need to just change the battery on it. I took matters in my own hands and bought a whiteboard. Fixed everything. Okay. My knob discharges. Okay, you know what, guys? You guys are being sus. Too sus right now, bro. Have you tried MX2A Blacks? How does it compare to Hyperglides? Oh, man. Don't even get me started. I actually think MX2A's, any of the MX2A lineup is so much better than Hyperglides. I personally I never have. I never really cared for Hyperglide switches. They sounded too thin and plasticky. They were like the one cherry switch I never cared for. With the MX2As though, it brought back how nice and full I felt about Cherry switches, like with the other releases and like the older releases of Cherry. But yeah, I do personally think there's a big difference for me. But some people are really, really in love with Hyperglides. So, it's just like, I don't know, man. Gotta get home and take care. Bye, Sterling. Stay safe getting home. Did you spring swap your MX2As? I think any Cherry Switch you have to. So, personally, yeah, I kind of have to. It's a bit of a bummer, too, because, like, Cherry Switches aren't cheap. So then you have to spend money on springs, which that's why I'm kind of, like, rolling my eyes. But, yeah, unfortunately. What switches do we want to use? Or switches, what keycaps do we want to use for this today? I saw some vintage MX Blacks. Is it worth it for $80? If you can get a good batch of vintage switches for $80, then yeah. Noir? Noir is a sick choice for this. Cladney would also be good. Cladney would also be good, huh? I'm almost down. I don't have Black Snail. I'm almost down for Cladney today. That could be fun. Give it some color, Give it a little pop of life here. I'm down for that. You know what? Let's do that. Let's do Cladney. Let me get the box. Where is Cladney now? That's Metropolis. That's not it. That's Mars Cadet. I love Mars Cadet, but not today. There it is. Cladney. God, I hate this IKEA shelf. That other old IKEA shelf I still use to store the keycaps, and it's been like utter ass. Oh, why did I just miss like 6 phone calls from a random number? Mars Cadet would go hard on this too, I agree. Hold on, I have it on a key cult right now, the key cult 0, which is, great question, right here. So we're gonna move it from the key cult 0. Actually, I was using the key cult 0 the other day because I was taking pictures of it. Gotta admit, I really like the way this silicone bottom one sounds. I think this is a fun little build. Oh, there's a piece of hair on it right now. Key Cult 0 with the silicone bottom. Deep. I mean, I think a beige colorway is very easy to work with. Also, this has I believe, a 19mm front height, which is pretty comfy as well. So I was looking at some of the other specs of the board. Pretty comfy specs. I do like it. Yeah, Cladney is a great set. I think is Cladney still in stock or no? No, it's not still in stock. It was in stock. This was the correct choice. Yeah. Ooh, this is gonna sound very, very interesting. Very curious now. Yeah, it was a limited edition stack. It's the other set right now that's available, the limited edition one, the retro set, the VHS set, basically. I don't know all the caps you have, Alex. We need a spreadsheet. Maybe next week I'll have some time to do that. Alex, can you come to the meet in Malaysia? I'll bring you to a beach when you're here. That would be super fun, actually. What is it? Dude, if I had the money, guys, I'd go to so many different meetups all over the world. But it is kind of expensive to travel. Rewind is still available, I'm surprised. I'm also surprised about Rewind because it's a more like easy to use set. But it is what it is. Oh, these are my switches. That's why I like this. Well. Zany just said, like, Greg. 2 of my Cladney keys. Oh, wait, what happened? Really? Can you, sorry, Rewind still available? Notion when? I can't even afford the passport to get out of the godforsaken country. Yeah, it's also kind of expensive, huh? I'll be your host, driver, and tour guide. So kind, dude. I wonder how much a flight to Malaysia would be. You know, if I was to go, though, to something like that, Zane, I would probably make more of a trip of it, if that makes sense. I've never really gone for, like, a good, like, strong, like, you know, I say strong, but, like, I don't know why I'm saying that. I've never been on, like, a proper vacation. I've been to, I think Banff was the only thing close to a proper vacation that I've had. I've had, you know, days off where I just kind of do nothing around the house, but, like, I've never had a proper vacation. A flight to Malaysia for me is like $1,300 minimum. USD, right? Yeah, so if I was to do Malaysia, I'd probably do like a month-long trip. But I also don't know if staying a month away from my job is like so nice, doable.
Yo, let's go.
Thank you, Boney. Appreciate the tier 1, man. Thank you, dude. Very kind, bro. I want to explore more of Ontario and eventually the rest of Canada before I consider other countries. I mean, there is a lot of cool things in Ontario. Even I haven't gone to all those ads, so that is a very, like, I agree with you on that, dude. Come to the New York City meetup. We're only about 12 hours away by car. I do want to tell you guys this. I actually might not attend the Novel Keys meetup this year. Only because I feel a little uneasy with the relationship that Canada and the US has right now. And traveling, like, I went to the States in February, and you can already tell in, like, the, I don't know. I got a different vibe in, like, the airport in America, so it just didn't feel like the same like last time. So I don't know. I'm just a little bit, like, cautious, I guess. How's the driving going? I'm still doing all the written stuff. I probably won't be done for a little while. Like, I try to get some of it done during the day, but, like, after a stream and stuff, I'm usually pretty wiped. So I tend to just kind of sit around. Sometimes I end up looping switches, and then I'll do the little things there, but I've been waking up earlier to do work these days. Yeah, Zanny, I am. Ooh, this is not what goes here. Burgundy on cream is so nice. Fuck, I want to spoil it for myself, but I also shouldn't. At least we have monthly Toronto meetups. Yeah! Although I would love to go to one of those meetups where, like, thousands of people go. I know that kind of sounds, like, chaotic, but, like, dude, it sounds like it'd be so much fun. I've seen some of those other crazy meets. Let's see if James is off his rocker or not with this thick plate. I think he's on to something with this thick plate. I think it's going to sound really good. Thank you, Zany. I appreciate it, man. F9. Wait, where's F8? Oh, there it is. And see the world, guys. There's a whole rich tapestry of beautiful cultures, food, people, and places. I agree, Swoop. It just costs so much money. Dude, even my flight to West Virginia, which is only an hour away, was $800. And then I also, like, I have this weird thing, and this is a very personal thing, so this is not obviously like a universal experience, but, like, I also feel guilty for not working. And that's never a great thing, but, you know, it is what it is. It's something I've always lived with. It's a tough mental break for me to, like, it's a challenge mentally, I should say, to break that habit. Yeah, it's weirdly expensive. And this is flying into Pittsburgh, Keeb. So I might be biased because I was born in Portugal, but I really think it's one of the top cities to visit if you want to get to know Portugal. Or Porto, you should. Dude, I would love to visit Portugal as well. If I do a Europe trip one day, which I think that might be more doable because I feel like I've looked up the prices for that and it's not as bad. Home. You gotta get over that fear of not working is great. I feel like I have to, or I feel like I don't like mean to like, you know, dump on you guys, but I feel like if I don't, I feel like I'm failing people, which is, I don't know. I don't want to feel weird talking about it. Take me to Portugal as your translator? Question. Would you guys trust Annette to translate anything you guys say accurately? Would you guys trust them? Yes or no, guys? Of course, Zany said yes. Nope. Never. Yes. I'm sorry, Annette. No. I strangely would? Okay. That's a big no from me, dog. The city of Porto has a unique soul that you can only truly understand by feeling it. Ah, dude, you're selling me on that, bro. You're selling me on it. All right. Something to think about. Let's put it this way. If we are in an embassy... For what, ain't it? Hey, Alex, this is kind of random, but what was your opinion on the Reverie? I bought one, and if I'm not mistaken, it should be arriving sometime in the next month or two. I pretty much had my opinion on it when I built it. See, the thing is, I didn't get to use that board for very long. I remember really liking it. I think there was a few things I had suggested to fix on it, but I also knew it was a prototype at the time. But I remember liking it. I even remember the photo I took for that because I was, you know, kind of had that Sailor Moon theme, I think, to it. I remember liking it, though. So past that, it's been a little while, Arc. And again, just because I didn't get to use it at length, I don't think I have any stronger opinions other than my initial experience with it was good. It sounded like it had a good base to it. That's really all I had to say about that. Yeah, the thing with keyboards, though, is sometimes brands don't let you... I mean, it's not their fault, but sometimes you don't get to use it for very long, and therefore, like, that memory sometimes becomes a little bit fleeting, unfortunately. However, as a Lisbon born and raised, please consider Lisbon as well. If you can only do one, Porto is the one, but you should also... I've heard that, actually, Scrubs, but I've heard a lot of the cities in Portugal are very different. What am I looking for up there? We're looking for these three. Just don't trust Portuguese translation completely. We do enjoy pulling pranks on people. That's fun. I love that. I love that. That's really cool. All right. Did you ever want to do a Portuguese meet? You know, not for nothing, I can actually see you guys setting that up now that you guys have a vendor there. I feel like having a vendor there will make things a little bit more fun. Setting up a Portugal meet, like a big one. Wait, you guys already had them? Oh, wow. That's awesome. Was it more like a small, like, local thing? Ooh. All right. 40 people. That's some more than some of the mini meets here in Toronto. All right. So we have those SW Choco Black switches. Ooh, this is a nice side profile. I like how you can actually see this little curve that goes up. That is nice. That is really, really pretty. Okay. So sorry, we're doing SW Choco switches. This is the fixed stock PC plate, and this is a hot swap build with TX stabs and a GMK set. Very top mount sounding. Yeah, this is like very top mount. A little bit bassier. It's definitely stiffer. Don't expect a soft build out of this at all. It's thick plate and top mount. Left side's a little bit more resonant, but I don't love the left shift. I actually don't mind the backspace. The enter is nice too. I love the spacebar though. I still would, hear me out, just for the sake of variety, and this is I think one of my only big criticisms here. I would love to see this offered with some other plate materials and thicknesses too. And this is not so much for the board not being good. I think the board's really fun the way it is. Thank you, Eagle. Appreciate that. Really
Why
appreciate
did my
the 9
brain
months.
read it as Caerdroia on first look?
I don't blame you for that though. It kind of does look like that. Thank you so much for 9 months, bro. But okay. If this had some other plates, not only could you get some more variety on this, and it helps make the custom keyboard thing feel a bit more custom, but I also think from like a people being interested standpoint, not everyone's gonna want one singular plate. Usually I let these things not slide more because I still bring them up, but usually I'm a little bit more lenient, I could say, on cheaper projects. But for more premium projects, I usually have this expectation that we're going to see a little bit more in terms of plate options. So I would like to see, I don't think this would be difficult, adding more plate options to this. Whether it's like 1 or 2, maybe a regular thinner aluminum plate plus maybe even a regular thinner PC plate. Because if this had the thin, like the standard, I should say, PC plate in it, this would 100%, I already know this would be my vibe. The thicker plate is making this a bit more bassy. It's kind of fun though, and I do like thick plates. It is nice, but I do think this would open it up for more people to be interested. At the same time, I feel like there's some respect in the designer going, no, this is the peak build. Totally. But I also think, from someone who's also running a board soon too, I also think you kind of have to swallow that pride a little bit and realize not everyone's going to think your peak build is the same peak build as, what everyone else should expect. So I do think there is that kind of like need to be a bit more humble and be like, well, we're all different. That's why I think there should be some more plate options here. At the very least, I'm not sure if this is going to happen. Usually it does. Usually I think like Upos is pretty good about this. But at least some like open source plate files would be nice. Or just plate files being available for this. But again, at the very least, I'd like to have people have options when it comes to their purchases, especially more in the like upper echelon of keyboard purchases here, because $420 is not really a cheap price point. You know what I mean? Like it's a heftier ask. Plate files would probably be good enough. Yeah, I mean, dude, I'd still like for them to be produced with like other things too. Overall, though, the build is stiff. If you guys aren't into stiffer boards, I mean, I think even with the standard PC plate, a top mount build is usually pretty top mount feeling. It's stiff. I do think the thicker plate is fun though. I like this. It is cool. We'll actually swap to this right now and we'll put some keycaps on the EC build too. I like all the options it's coming of different ways you can build this. I like the fact that they're offering EC. I like the fact that there's also ELPs. I think that's really cool. The design of this is nice. I do like the fact that they're going to be offering USB 3.0 pass-throughs. That's huge to me because I find this pretty useful. I do have, like I said, one board with this and love having these. It's so handy. And again, the overall design of the board's really pretty too. But now let's move things over. Actually, you know what we'll do just to make this a little easier right now? Actually, no, we'll do this first. Screw it. Let's switch over to EC and try the EC build Lightning put together, shall we, guys? This board has ELPS compatibility. It's an extra kit you have to buy. I think it said $80 for the extra kit. Yeah, the only thing I would consider truly amiss on this board would be lack of plate options available with purchase. And then again, just from a consumer standpoint, again, Upas is gonna roll his eyes for the 15th time as I say this. I do wish that the Molex connector would get changed to a regular JST. I just don't have faith in Molex connectors in the long run. And again, not so much for the contact pads failing or anything like that. It's the actual plastic housing for the Molex. Are people fine with needing to cut their own plates generally? Well, we have a really good person who can do that in the hobby. Hype Keyboards has been absolutely insane for getting plates made. So I don't think there's any resistance in making plates and customizing plates. I think it's actually been quite easy for a lot of people just to get them done through that. But it is, you know, it's a separate shipping charge. It's a separate timeline. It's a separate everything to get your own things done. So there is some extra work you need to put in, some extra legwork. Hype the goat? Yes, indeed, indeed, indeed. It is nice to have those. Where's Hype located? I believe it's Canada, right? Isn't it Toronto? Isn't Hype in Toronto or GTA or Toronto adjacent? Wait, CA is in California or Canada? I thought he was in Canada. I'm like 90% sure. Yeah, he's in Canada, right? Oh, actually, does Canada get referred to as CA? I thought it was always CAN. Fuck, I don't know. I live here and I have no fucking idea. It's embarrassing, actually. GTA does sound cool. The Greater Toronto Area. Yeah, I've always seen CAN. No, you're all good, Smoked. You're right, though. I do think CA is the abbreviation. I'm just not used to it because I write out Canada in full word. Most of the things I end up doing make you write it out in the whole sentence there. Installing some KeyGeek Cyans right now. I'm excited to try them. Been hearing good things. KeyGeek has been making some excellent things lately. Generally, I prefer KeyGeek stuff over things like, well, not that the rest of the brands are bad, but I do like KeyGeek stuff a lot. HMX has been having a good run of things too. When are you coming to Maryland so I can take you to a steak dinner? Damn. How much are steak dinners there these days? Steak dinners here are like a crazy amount of money. I don't know where steak dinners decided to become like almost 70, 80 bucks a pop, but KeyGeek Purple Dawns are real nice silver. Do you like the Cycle 8 with the extra internal weight or without? I don't have my unit anymore. I don't remember. I'm so sorry. Baron, I think it was with the extra weight that I liked it. It's been a little while. I don't really remember now whether or not which configuration I landed on. It's been a little while. I'm so sorry, man. My memory's telling me I liked it with the internal weight. Would you try out Gateron Raws in a build? Haven't I used those? I swear to goodness I've used those. Where did I put the last screw here? Did I leave it in one of these? Hello? Last screw? Huh? Bruh. Oh, here. Jeez. No, it's not it. What the fuck? What did I do with the last screw? Oh, it's still here in the plate. God damn it. I bought the extra weight and it came with 2, so I don't know if they come with it. Oh. That's a great question. I have no idea. I thought it was an extra purchase. I think they made a mistake. It came to me yesterday, but what happened to that Jelly Epic with the fucked plate? Is it ever going to be built? Oh, we built that, ain't it? I even streamed it. I feel like I built that a little while ago, ain't it? I think you missed the stream then. They the owner for that board ended up reordering a new plate and stuff, so we got it all fixed up for them. Yeah, actually that was a little while ago. Alrighty, let's pop this back in, screw it in, and we'll try the EC build. Alex, make NK rerun GMK Foundation. Who designed Foundation? I have 4-second memory limit. Dude, same here, bro. Mine's like 6. I got an upgrade recently. But like, yeah, I get you, man. I get you. Does anyone have like the 15-second model? Be nice. Bro got the latest patch? I just downloaded more RAM. Forehead. Oh gosh. Look, my memory limit's hit. I'm fumbling now. Alex, have you tried the metallic accent caps from GMK Copper? Thoughts on looks, sound, and feel? I have not seen those. I've seen them in person, but I've not like tried them or anything. They should be all the same sounding though. Actually, isn't Kaiju the metal ones kind of like that? If so, it should all sound the same. They look really cool though. They're all a little different though, eh? They're not meant to be, I guess, like the same. So they all kind of have like little different things going on with them. They're really nice. 15 seconds in this economy? Download more RAM.com. It was already hard to find when I joined the hobby. Yeah, it's not, see, sadly, it's not always up to the vendor. It's up to the designer to say yes for that. So sometimes you unfortunately get designers who just like exit the hobby and then never talk to anyone again and never okay the design. But I don't know if that's the case for Foundation, but some sets have that where like the person who coordinated originally just like dipped out. So it is a little unfortunate at times. This memory upgrade reminds me of the movie Johnny... I can't even pronounce that. With a young Keanu Reeves? Oh, wait! I've seen that movie! Keanu Reeves is an interesting actor. He's always kind of... I feel like he always has the same kind of character going on. Hi, SC. How you doing? It's the closest I found, but no GMK run for that set. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you just kind of have to, unfortunately, live with that joy of missing out feel, you know what I mean? Keanu, top 1 favorite? Keanu is one of those people that I'd be really sad if we found out he did something bad. Dude, I'd feel betrayed. I get you on that, Kabu. Swaggies did a Foundation run, but it wasn't GMK. And I think it might have been different. I'm not sure if it was exactly the same as what you guys are thinking. God, I really like Chladni on this. What an interesting EC sound for this. Alex, you should watch Havoc on Netflix. It's a bit bloody and actiony. It's like John Wick level of action and stuff. Is it a show or a movie? Wait, I don't know how Diego did these. Did he do these with like an O-ring? Like a dampener on this? It doesn't sound like he did. I didn't watch Diego's stream with this one here. I don't know what he did to these switches and how he modded them. I'm watching it tonight, no spoilers. Shit. I don't know if I'm going to play games tonight or I'm going to watch a movie, but I'm probably going to watch a movie. I don't feel like, I don't know, gaming these days have been... These are with Clever's domes? Oh, really? Did he do anything else to them? Gareth Evans is the GOAT action director, and is that who directed the movie you guys are telling me about? I watched Havoc like 2 days ago and it was so good. I'm watching it while looping switches. Or you were watching it while looping switches? Hell yeah. I love watching movies while looping switches. So much fun. I think they were silenced, not 100% sure though. Okay. Kind of want to like check with Diego afterwards, see what he did. These are actually kind of unique feeling to me. Again, I've only used like maybe 10 or 15 total EC boards ever, like including things at meetups. And I've built around now about like 8 EC boards. So I don't have like the most vast, expansive knowledge on what some of these should sound like and the differences between some. Oh shit, this is split. So to me, this is kind of unique feeling. Whoa. That does not feel like anything I've tried before. This is kind of cool. I'd be curious to see if Diego did any sort of like lubing on these too. EC stuff right now is kind of hot though. Everyone's been like doing EC stuff these days. Ooh. Was Diego happy with it? Because I trust his EC knowledge. Yeah, I trust Diego's more than I trust mine. Although I'm really getting into it though. I'm going to be doing like a very big chunk of EC builds. A big like handful and in the next little bit. Yeah, he liked it? Okay. Gets me excited for this. I do like the sound of this with EC though. Ooh. Do I like this more than the MX build? Maybe it's because the plate too. I hate to say it. It's so scratchy, it's nice. Yeah, and it kind of has like a decent top out as well. Interesting. He still prefers OEM parts though. Who, Diego does? I mean, there is something nice about OEM stuff. I need the set again, right? Yeah, I do. We need that split out. Yeah. I feel like that's kind of what I'm getting out of this right now. It feels like a weird hybrid that I am vibing with. But I'm kind of getting that feel out of this. That morally correct right shift. I'll leave this keycap out, so I'm not sure if I'm going to switch back or not. All right. This is, again, I don't know how Diego did these, but these are, I guess, Clever's domes, and then with the EC build in the Caerdroia. Or Caerdroia, I should say. Oh, wait, this sounds so nice with this. It's a very different vibe. Yeah, this is like... Oh, pause first. Oh, music's already paused. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Interesting. It's like kind of chalky sounding, but like in a super, super pleasant way. Yeah, it has a bit of like a friction-y squeak to it too. Wait, this is kind of cool with this. I've been really vibing with EC stuff lately. I have an EC board that I'm going to be... It's a personal EC board that I'm going to be doing soon too. And then I also have my EC board for my Type K, which I'm going to be doing pretty soon too. This is nice. I mean, you don't have to use these domes and stuff like that, but I'm vibing with this. I kind of like that weird squeak. Like, it's weird. Like, it doesn't... It's a squeak noise, but it feels friction-y. So my brain isn't associating it with a squeak, if that makes sense. I don't see this being for everyone, though. I feel like this is very different, but I am really liking this. It's like a hybrid, almost, of sounds. They feel really good, too. Okay, I would prefer this, though, to have a bit of a... It's weird. I feel like this doesn't have the soft bottom out that I'm kind of used to with some of the EC stuff. If this could somehow incorporate, like, the soft bottom out that I like... But again, I think it's also good to be different. Like, I don't want to be, like, more of the same just because I'm used to something. You know what I mean? But it doesn't have as soft as a bottom out. In fact, you can kind of hear some of the bottom out, right? But again, almost like a hybrid, which is kind of cool. Oh, interesting. I'm just glad that more people are offering different kind of kits and stuff. I think this is really awesome for that. Yeah, I'm glad we ended up trying this. This is cool. All right, so final thoughts with the board. Is it worth your money? I mean, out of the box, I would love to see some different plate materials, or not even materials, but just different plate options. It is a big chunk of material getting here. This does have some heft to it. I do like the machining on the board. The e-coating looks really good. I do really like the whole pass-through situation. I think that's quite unique. Not a lot of boards offer that. The $420 price point, I mean, you can get a lot for $420, right? There's a lot. Now, here's the thing, right? If you want this particular board, obviously this works for you. If you're kind of asking me, like, what else can I get for $420 in the TKL range? The answer is pretty much everything. So you kind of have options, right? I wouldn't say, like, what's better in the TKL range, because I am a firm believer that better in the hobby doesn't always exist. It's a preference-based hobby. There are some objective things, but sometimes those objective things don't always equal to a purchase or not. It's personal preference. You can get literally anything you want for $420 though. Maybe not every board in the world, but 90% of them cost around that or lower. If you're looking for value perspective, I don't think a lot of these small run keyboards ever offer value. I think small run keyboards are always going to be more expensive. Therefore, it's just difficult to compare something that has an MOQ of 50 to 200 units versus something that has an MOQ of 2,000 to 10,000 units. It doesn't make sense to compare the two, just because they're different quantities. I also feel like when you're buying small batch stuff, it's a different feeling. Like knowing that there's only a few hundred of these things is, it's kind of unique. It's kind of fun. It adds to the joy of that. But again, to me, it's too difficult to compare. Would I buy this? It's interesting. If I didn't have a TKL, I would like to have, actually, even if I did have a TKL, my real answer lies in if I didn't already have a board with pass-through, because I have a board with pass-through, these are handy to have. I like having these on hand. I actually use mine pretty often. I have that Molly keyboard, although it's like the two units, the two ones, it's only got two in it. But I use that actually every now and then when I'm doing computer stuff. Like on my Windows thing, I don't have like USBs in that Windows computer for some reason. Like maybe I do, but they're all plugged in with stuff. So sometimes I actually pull out that board to use a lot. So this to me, and it's weird because I don't think this is the biggest selling point for a lot of people. This is kind of my selling point right here. These. I like pass-throughs. These are really cool on keyboards, although they do add a little bit of bulk to a keyboard, but other than that, like shape-wise, I do think the shape is nice. I would have preferred something a bit more boxy. I'm usually into a bit more of a boxy keyboard kind of guy. So I don't know if I would have picked it up just for like aesthetics alone. I do like some of the aesthetics on this. If it weren't for the artistic aspect of this hobby, it wouldn't be remotely interested. Yeah, I mean, everyone has different feelings towards things. It is a nice project. I like James's work on a lot of his stuff. It has a very like old school feel mixed in with some modern elements, but I feel like this particular project is more like modern rather than old. But yeah, I do think he mixes in some good aspects of both some of the old and new, which is really fun too. But there are a lot of different TKLs on the moment. There's also the Diversity TKL. There's stuff you can get from like KWD fans is still in stock. I think, their Mark III series or whatever is still in stock. The Diversity is going to be tough to beat. And again, just keeping it a buck with you guys, like the Diversity offered more in the box. However, you may not like the Diversity's layouts. Maybe the macro column on the left just made the board too long for you and it's just not something you want. Maybe you want the EC compatibility, because that's one of the major things here is you can get EC, you can get ALPS, you can get MX. So a lot of things you can do. So there's some aspects you'd get for both keyboards here. Yeah, plus it might be a bit hard to find keycaps to diversity as well. It's also Geon F1s, but those might be a little bit tough to get sometimes. Overall, though, I do think strictly because of some of the extras this is offering on the side, this is unique, but it is definitely priced a little bit higher. So that might turn off a few people too. We have to be open and honest about that. Sometimes, you know, it is a little bit tough to pull the trigger on that. I'm tempted by every board James designs just because those pass-throughs, they're handy. I will admit, like they are handy to have. They're super, super handy. I use USB like slots all the time. I'm pointing here, but my Mac only has like 2 slots. So these are always a joy to have on the computer. And now that these are going to be 3.0, love that. I'm saving my body for the OGR. When's that coming out again? That's like soonish, right? Is that also going to be Canon Keys vendoring that? Will Manta come with the FlexCut PCBs? No, it's not. We're just doing 2 PCBs for that. We probably should do more. I was actually talking to Bull this morning about some other stuff for that, but we're gonna try to keep options like limited so we don't go overboard. For like those options, I feel like sort of more niche options. I love macro columns on 65s, but I don't know if it could even think of enough binds to filter diversity out. That's true too. We'll know the OGR round 2 colorways tomorrow. So wait, who's vendoring it? And actually, you know what, Mango? Come to think about it, I don't think the Manta would even work with flex cuts. You'd probably bottom out in short. Like, the more I'm thinking about it, I don't think it would be physically possible to do a flexi keyboard in that. You'd most likely bottom out your PCB. Colors of this keyboard are so good. Thank you, Cash. Appreciate the tier 1.
The colors of this keybar are so good.
Alright though, guys. I was thinking with the diodes on the top too, it would be weird to work around the flex cuts. Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, I don't think it would work. I don't think we could do that with the Manta project. Alright, well, if you guys are interested in this, thank you again for Canon Keys for letting me try this out. Again, my only 2 major criticisms I mentioned, but really nice project. I actually think this is one of the nicer boards. Again, I like Canon Keys projects. They're usually really, really good, but this is like a bit more of like a classy kind of board compared to some of the other stuff. I really like this one from Canon Keys. Visually, I really like this from Canon Keys. This is nice. And good jobs, and good on James for designing this too. This is nice. Yeah, I actually really like the EC version of this, like a lot. This is nice. But let's go find someone to raid, shall we, guys? This doesn't have a daughter board plugged into it, so we're just gonna do this. All right, let's see. I'm gonna keep all these websites you guys told me to look at open here. Keep all these websites you guys told. Is anyone streaming keyboards? Probably not, huh? Let's see. Oh, Diego is. Awesome. Do you prefer the link? Oh no, I don't. I do not like the link. The link was. Oh wait, sorry. Are you talking about the Owl Labs link or the Canon Keys link? Which link are we talking about, Dim? Because the Owl Labs link 65, I did not like. Oh, the Canon Keys one? The Canon Keys one was really cool. Yes, that was a really nice board. The old link from Owl Labs, absolutely not. Don't forget to tell him you're... I should, huh? Discovering new keyboard streamers whenever Alex raids. Yeah, Diego has been around... Well, he's been around... I don't know a lot longer, but he's been around longer than I have. He's an OG to streaming and way more knowledgeable than I can ever hope to be. People only watch me because I'm sometimes funny and sometimes have good hair, I guess. I don't know why people watch me, but Diego's awesome. You guys should definitely watch Diego more often if he logs on. Alright guys, enjoy Diego's stream. Love you guys. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow and Sunday. So See you guys soon. Bye, everybody. Love you.